today's world, distractions are everywhere. We are bombarded with notifications, messages, emails, social media, and countless other things that demand our attention. The result? A scattered mind, a lack of focus, and a sense of being constantly overwhelmed. But this was not the way of the Stoics. The Stoics understood that the ability to stay focused and maintain mental clarity was not a luxury. It was a necessity. Marcus Aurelius, for example, would intentionally limit distractions in his life, focusing instead on the tasks that aligned with his purpose. He knew that to live a life of virtue and wisdom, he needed to stay focused on what truly mattered. The Stoic path is one of intentionality. The Stoics didn't allow external distractions to pull them away from their purpose. They trained their minds to be selective about where their attention went. Today, we can learn a lot from their approach. While the distractions around us may seem overwhelming, the Stoics would remind us that we have the power to choose where our attention goes. Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed with practice. The key to mastering focus is not about eliminating distractions entirely, something nearly impossible in today's world, but about learning how to manage and control our attention in the face of those distractions. In this video, we'll explore Stoic strategies for strengthening your attention and staying focused in a world full of distractions. Habit number 1. Practice mindfulness. Stay present in the moment. The Stoics placed great emphasis on the importance of living in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, constantly reminded himself to focus on the task at hand and not let his mind wander. He wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." This means that, no matter what is happening around you, you must consciously choose to stay focused on what is in front of you. In a world filled with distractions, mindfulness is more important than ever. To practice mindfulness is to be fully aware of the present moment, without letting your mind wander to past regrets or future anxieties. When you're doing a task, give it your full attention. When you're in a conversation, focus on the words being spoken and the meaning behind them. By practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to remain anchored in the here and now, preventing it from being scattered by the endless distractions around you. This practice is essential for maintaining clarity and focus, especially in today's hyper-connected world. You don't have to be perfect at it. Just take moments throughout the day to bring your awareness back to the present. Whether it's when you're working, eating, or even relaxing, make the conscious choice to stay engaged with what you're doing, rather than letting your mind drift to the next task or distraction. The Stoics taught that a calm, focused mind is the key to living a meaningful life. Mindfulness allows you to create space in your mind for clarity, decision-making, and deep thought, the perfect antidote to the chaos and noise of modern life. Habit number 2. Limit external distractions. Create boundaries. One of the most powerful strategies the Stoics employed was setting boundaries around their time and attention. In the digital age, distractions are constant, but it's up to you to create boundaries to protect your focus. The first step in this process is identifying the distractions that steal your attention. Is it social media, email, text messages, notifications? All of these are designed to pull you out of the present moment and force your attention elsewhere. The Stoics believed that in order to live a life of purpose, you must be very intentional about where you place your energy. Marcus Aurelius didn't let his role as emperor distract him from his personal growth and his duties to virtue. He made intentional choices about how he spent his time. Efsanahu Yotbers. You can do the same. Start by setting clear boundaries with your devices. Turn off non-essential notifications. Set specific times during the day to check your email or social media. And outside of those times, focus on what's most important to you. Create environments that are conducive to focus. This might mean organizing your workspace to minimize distractions or establishing phone-free zones during certain parts of the day. The Stoics didn't believe in controlling everything around them. Instead, they focused on what they could control: their reactions, their thoughts, and the way they used their time. By creating boundaries, you can reclaim your focus and start using your attention in ways that align with your values and goals. Habit number 3. Use time blocking. Schedule your focus. In a world filled with constant distractions, one of the most effective ways to stay focused is by structuring your time intentionally. The Stoics were known for their discipline, and part of that discipline came from time management. Marcus Aurelius didn't waste his time on things that didn't serve his purpose. He made sure to allocate time wisely for things that were important. The technique of time blocking is a powerful way to structure your day and ensure that you maintain focus on what matters most. Time blocking is simple. It's about dedicating specific blocks of time to certain tasks or activities, with the sole purpose of being fully present during that time. Start by breaking your day into chunks of focused work. For example, designate a 90-minute block of time where you'll work uninterrupted on a project. During this time, put away your phone, close unnecessary tabs, and focus solely on the task at hand. The Stoics didn't let their thoughts wander aimlessly. They focused on the task at hand, whether it was managing an empire or pursuing inner virtue. They understood that true productivity comes from focusing on one thing at a time, rather than spreading your attention across several different tasks. By scheduling your day with time blocks, you prevent distractions from seeping into your work. You protect your focus and give yourself the space to dive deeply into tasks. This helps you maximize your energy and your output, ensuring that you are working efficiently and effectively. As you become more disciplined with your time, you'll start to notice that distractions have less power over you. Time blocking helps you train your mind to stay focused, making it easier to resist the urge to check your phone or get distracted by irrelevant tasks. Habit number 4. Prioritize your most important tasks. Don't fall into the trap of busyness. One of the greatest challenges to maintaining focus is the temptation to be busy. In the modern world, we often mistake being busy with being productive. The Stoics, however, understood that true focus doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what matters most. Marcus Aurelius would often reflect on his day and remind himself of what was most important. He knew that as emperor, he had countless responsibilities, but he also knew that only a few of those tasks were truly vital to his purpose. To stay focused, you must learn to prioritize your most important tasks, the ones that align with your long-term goals and values. Start each day by identifying your most important task and make sure you tackle it first. This practice ensures that you're dedicating your best energy to the things that matter most, rather than getting bogged down by less important tasks. A good way to start is by using the Eisenhower matrix, which divides tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, neither urgent nor important. By categorizing your tasks, you can more easily identify what needs your immediate attention and what can be postponed or eliminated. The Stoics would say that our time and attention should be dedicated to what's truly important, not to the distractions that merely keep us busy. By prioritizing what matters most and eliminating unnecessary distractions, you ensure that your focus remains sharp and aligned with your values. If you're training your mind like a warrior, hit subscribe. No hype, just discipline. Habit number 5. Set clear goals. Focus on what truly matters. The Stoics were great advocates of clarity and purpose. They understood that a scattered mind leads to a wasted life. Without clear goals, your focus will drift, and you'll find yourself reacting to the world instead of actively shaping your life. To stay focused in a world full of distractions, you need to establish clear, specific goals. These goals should align with your values and long-term vision, so that your energy and attention are consistently directed toward what matters most. Marcus Aurelius didn't let his many duties as emperor distract him from his personal development and his role in promoting virtue. He wrote in his meditations, "Let not your mind run on what you lack as much as on what you have already." He understood that by focusing on what he could control and what was truly important, he could maintain clarity of purpose. To apply this Stoic principle, take time each day or week to review your goals. Ask yourself, what am I working toward? What is the one thing that will bring me closer to my purpose today? By setting clear goals, you can filter out distractions and prioritize what matters most. This focus allows you to be more productive, efficient, and aligned with your true purpose. When your goals are specific and rooted in your values, distractions lose their grip on you. The key to staying focused is not only having goals, but ensuring that those goals are truly important and in line with the life you want to lead. The Stoics believed in focusing on what's truly significant and letting go of things that don't contribute to your growth. Habit number 6. Use a mindful pause. Take moments to refocus. In a world where distractions constantly pull your attention in different directions, it's crucial to create moments of pause throughout the day to check in with your focus and intention. The Stoics would often take time to reflect on their thoughts and actions, ensuring that they remained aligned with their values. A mindful pause is a simple technique where you stop what you're doing for a brief moment to recenter yourself. It could be as simple as closing your eyes for 10-15 seconds, taking a deep breath, and asking yourself, am I staying focused on my current task? By regularly pausing throughout the day, you regain control over your attention. This technique is especially useful when you feel overwhelmed by tasks, notifications, or distractions. It allows you to reset your focus and remind yourself of your priorities. The Stoics would practice this kind of reflection to ensure that their actions were intentional and in line with their values. It's a way to avoid being swept up by external events or distractions and instead stay anchored in your own purpose. By incorporating mindful pauses into your daily routine, you strengthen your ability to stay focused and present, regardless of how chaotic the world around you may be. Habit number 7. Practice intentional breaks. Recharge your focus. One of the most common mistakes people make when trying to stay focused is overworking themselves. In the age of constant connectivity, we often think that more work equals more productivity. However, the Stoics understood that rest is just as important as work for maintaining mental clarity and focus. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers emphasized the importance of balance. They knew that consistent effort, without breaks, could lead to burnout and a decrease in productivity. The idea of intentional rest is crucial for maintaining high levels of focus and mental resilience. To practice this Stoic principle, schedule intentional breaks throughout your day. These should be moments where you completely disconnect from your work or task and allow your mind to rest. Whether it's taking a walk, practicing deep breathing, or simply sitting in silence for a few minutes, these breaks help recharge your mental energy. The Stoics didn't view rest as an indulgence or waste of time. They saw it as an essential part of a disciplined life. When you rest intentionally, you return to your work with greater focus and efficiency. It prevents mental fatigue and helps you stay sharp throughout the day. Instead of working non-stop, implement the Pomodoro technique or similar methods where you work for a set period, e.g. 25 minutes, and then take a short break, 5 minutes. This practice ensures that you stay focused during your work periods and refreshed during your breaks. By balancing work with intentional rest, you improve both your mental clarity and your ability to focus for longer periods. Habit number 8. Practice the art of saying no. Eliminate non-essential tasks. In a world full of distractions, it's essential to practice the art of saying no. Every time you say yes to something, you're effectively saying no to something else. The Stoics were masters of prioritizing their time and energy. They didn't waste their efforts on things that didn't align with their values or their goals. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, famously said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." To stay focused and productive, you must learn to say no to things that don't serve your highest purpose. Ask yourself, is this task aligned with my goals? If it's not, then it's not worth your time. The more you say no to distractions and non-essential tasks, the more time and energy you free up for the things that matter most. saying no isn't always easy, especially in a society that values busyness and external validation. But it's a necessary skill for maintaining focus and clarity. The Stoics knew that if they wanted to live a life of purpose, they had to protect their time from being consumed by things that didn't matter. By eliminating distractions and non-essential tasks, you free yourself to focus on what's truly important. You regain control over your time and energy, and in doing so, you protect your mental clarity and discipline. Habit number 9. Designate digital detox times. Reclaim your mental clarity. In the age of constant digital distractions, it's crucial to set aside time for a digital detox. The Stoics were keenly aware that external stimuli, if left unchecked, can overwhelm the mind and prevent focus. Today, that external stimulation often comes in the form of digital devices, from smartphones to computers, social media to constant notifications. By designating specific times for digital detoxes, you create moments of mental clarity, where your attention is no longer pulled in every direction by notifications, apps, or online content. This aligns with the Stoic practice of intentionality. The Stoics didn't let external distractions invade their mental space. Instead, they controlled their thoughts and time, set daily no-screen times. For example, dedicate the first hour after waking up and the last hour before bed to activities that don't involve screens. Instead of checking your phone first thing in the morning, spend that time journaling, meditating, or simply planning your day. By creating these sacred screen-free zones, you reduce your exposure to the noise of the digital world and give your mind the space it needs to recharge and refocus. This practice of digital detoxes doesn't just restore mental clarity, but it also helps you regain control over your attention, allowing you to be more present in your tasks and in your life. Remember, the Stoics didn't seek constant engagement with the outside world. They focused on cultivating inner peace, and part of that involved reducing the noise that surrounds them. Digital detoxes are a modern way of reclaiming that peace and focus. Habit number 10. Strengthen your mental muscles with focus exercises. Just like physical strength, focus is a muscle that needs to be trained. The Stoics didn't expect their mental discipline to come easily, and neither should you. Strengthening your focus requires deliberate practice. One effective way to improve focus is by using simple focus exercises. One such exercise is the concentration challenge. Choose a single task or object to focus on for a set period, e.g., 5 minutes. Set a timer and give your full attention to this task or object. Whenever your mind begins to wander, gently bring your focus back without judgment. Over time, gradually increase the time you spend focusing, aiming for 15, 20, or even 30 minutes of undivided attention. This exercise strengthens your ability to focus by making it a deliberate and measurable practice. Just as the Stoics practiced mindfulness and self-reflection, you too can practice strengthening your mental focus by dedicating time each day to these exercises. The key is to approach it with patience. Don't expect immediate results. Just like building muscle, it takes time. But with consistent practice, your ability to focus will improve, and you'll find yourself less vulnerable to distractions and more aligned with your goals. Habit number 11. Embrace the power of routine. Structure your day for success. One of the most important practices the Stoics relied on was the creation of a structured routine. By implementing a consistent daily routine, they minimized the chances of falling into distractions and maintained focus throughout the day. The Stoics didn't wait for motivation to strike. They built their lives around routines that supported their values and goals. Marcus Aurelius began each day with a clear intention and a set routine. He would start with a reflection on the virtues he wanted to practice, and he would spend time in self-discipline to align his actions with his purpose. The power of routine lies in its consistency. When you make focus a daily habit, you don't have to think about it. It just becomes a natural part of your life. Start by identifying the most important tasks of your day and structure your time around them. Create blocks of time where you focus on specific tasks and then schedule breaks to refresh your mind. A well-balanced routine will ensure that you are dedicating the right amount of energy to your most important activities. The Stoics believed that habit was a form of freedom. The more disciplined you are in sticking to a productive routine, the more freedom you have to focus on the things that matter. A routine gives you control over your time, making sure that distractions don't take over. Implementing a structured routine may require effort at first, but over time, it becomes second nature. It helps you stay disciplined, focused, and aligned with your goals. Habit number 12. Cultivate detachment from the outcome. Focus on the process, not the result. One of the greatest sources of distraction and frustration comes from being overly attached to outcomes. We often become fixated on achieving a specific result, whether it's completing a task, receiving validation, or achieving a goal. But this attachment to outcomes can distract us from the work that is required to get there. The Stoics taught the value of detachment from the outcome. They understood that while we cannot control the results of our actions, we can control the effort we put in. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." By focusing only on what we can control, our actions, effort, and intention, we free ourselves from unnecessary distractions and anxiety about the future. When you detach yourself from the outcome, you reduce the pressure and the need for instant gratification. Instead, you focus on the process, the daily work, the consistent effort, the small improvements. This Stoic principle of detachment doesn't mean you stop caring about the outcome. It simply means you stop letting the outcome control your focus. By focusing on the process and detaching from the final result, you improve your ability to stay present and engaged with the task at hand. The more you practice detachment from outcomes, the more you will find yourself immersed in the work and less distracted by external pressures. Stay focused, stay present. The Stoic path to mental clarity. In a world full of distractions, the Stoics remind us that the ability to maintain focus and mental clarity is not a luxury. It is a choice and a skill that can be developed with practice. The challenges we face today may seem overwhelming, but the principles the Stoics followed offer a timeless guide to living with intention, purpose, and deep focus. You've learned how to train your attention by practicing mindfulness, creating boundaries, and using techniques like time blocking and digital detoxes. These tools help you regain control over your attention and redirect it towards what truly matters. By setting clear goals, embracing the power of routine, and reflecting on your progress, you can continuously sharpen your focus and improve your mental resilience. The Stoic practice of detachment teaches us not to be overly attached to outcomes. Instead, we learn to focus on the process, the daily actions and efforts that align with our values. This shift in perspective allows us to find peace and clarity in the present moment, regardless of external distractions. Ultimately, staying focused in a world of distraction requires a commitment to discipline, self-awareness, and consistency. It's not about eliminating all distractions, but learning how to manage them in a way that serves your higher purpose. The more you practice these Stoic habits, the more you'll find that distractions lose their power over you, and you're able to stay rooted in your purpose and values. Remember, true focus isn't about striving for perfection. It's about continuously improving, adjusting, and strengthening your ability to stay present and intentional in every moment. By following the Stoic path, you empower yourself to live a life of purpose, clarity, and resilience, no matter how noisy the world around you becomes. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and live with purpose. Because when you master your attention, you master your life.